Shalom. Kol holo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Raha Hakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barad DeBar, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. Especially to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today, I just got a couple videos and a few scriptures that I'd like to go into. As far as the topic, I guess we'll put, maybe their inward thoughts and Maga. Okay, and as you'll see, they'll explain what it is. But I'm just gonna play the video. This is a video that was provided by a brother. I'm actually not on his page, but I'm gonna play the video, play a few minutes of the video. Then I have another video I like to share, and then just go through a few scriptures. Hopefully, it's edifying, uplifting, exhorting of some sort to bring the elect of Israel into the know of the things that are soon to come. And so, without further ado, let's hit play.
One's commenting and applauding it.
Okay, what are you going to applaud? What do you want him to do? You think deporting 20 million people in this country is good for America? Separating families is good for America?
Make America great again.
So you think
America great again.
And what does Make America Great Again mean for you, Adolf, if that's your name? What does Make America Great Again mean to you?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it?
Well, it isn't. Why don't you tell me? I want you to explain it to me. I want to pick your brain.
We're going to bring back how America used to be. We are going to bring back a white supremacy. We're going to bring back white order.
You want to bring back white? You want to bring back white supremacy? Is that what you just said? Did I hear you right?
Absolutely.
So Make America. Thank you for being honest. So Make America Great Again to you means bringing back white supremacy.
We're going to bring it back, and we're going to make this country great again like it used to be.
If you don't mind me asking you, Adolf, is that why you voted for Donald Trump? Because you want to bring back white supremacy? Is that one of the reasons why you voted for Donald Trump?
Hell yeah.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. So
as you can see, when this whole Make America Great Again, and as this is one, and if you watch the video, you can see the title at the top. You'll see that the gentleman that's speaking, I've never actually seen him, but the gentleman that's on the video, he actually, at the end of the video, he talks about how this is the vast majority of the supporters, especially those of the Edomite or so-called white man of America. And he goes into, saying like, what is making America great again? Because back when America was at its height, they had you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under complete subjection, under the time of slavery, where we say he asked, was it during the time of slavery? And then the man, mentions like, well, not that far. I wasn't even living that far back. But then let's think of what time was it really great? It was great for the nation who actually, again, Yahushai mentioned, they come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. So at what point was America really great? If it was great for the so-called white man, it was, and as even today, it was horrible. It was hell for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It was it's the heaven, for them, and hell, which is bad conditions, curses for us. So consider, we've done, if you look in GMS Indianapolis, for right now we're like 84 videos of violence against for the violence against thy brother Jacob. And when you see those videos, you see that it's been when they were at its height of their white supremacy, as he had mentioned, this is when our people, again, were being strung up, hung on trees. And so, or you look up the delectable Negro. You look at families being separated within the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native communities. You see that a whole land which was ran by a Native tribe was completely, where the Native tribes were completely decimated and consolidated to reservoirs and casinos. Okay, in the worst conditions that they have once before. I was actually watching a movie called American Primeval, which is on Netflix, and kind of shown, how the settlers and the colonialism, and you look up those things, how when they came in, how the diseases that they brought, the wickedness, the death that came along with them wherever they went, all for the establishment of the land in which we have. And so they want to make it great again, as he has mentioned. So let's pull up this other video, then I'm going to get into some scriptures furthermore. One moment. Okay, let's get this one here. Because again, he said, make it great again, which there has to be great change. When things are changing from one phase to another, it's turbulent. All right, things aren't a smooth transition. So as a process, there are many people that actually get hurt in the process. Okay, especially with a change such as this. The one thing that the gentleman mentioned in the previous video here, he said, so what? You're going to deport, hundreds of thousands to even maybe millions of people. So check it. Deportation. So people have come here and you're going to then send them out. What are you going to make? One thing that we talk about, so along with martial law, you have internment camps. Here's a video because, again, tomorrow we have the inauguration, as you can see on this video here. And Elon, of course, which is a billionaire along with Trump. There are a lot of things that we're talking about that are on the horizon with changes of economics. And one of the big things that we're pushing and we're understanding through the scriptures, through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is the MOTB. And so they talk about all these changes, and you just heard the gentleman in the previous video talk about deportation. So I'm going to hit this play button and then check and see how the two link.
X is with him. X. Come on, Eli, say a couple of words.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, little X just followed me on the stage here. He's a very enthusiastic supporter, as you can see. Woo! Yeah. So we're looking forward to making a lot of changes, and this victory is the start, really. What matters going forward is to actually make significant changes, cement those changes, and set the foundation for America to be strong for a century, for centuries, forever. So. And make America great again. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're gonna do great things here. Thank you.
So he said a lot and really nothing at all. But the thing is, and that there is a group, that actually are pushing an ideology, a mindset of making America great. And as you can see in the previous video, what he said, we want to bring back white supremacy. We want to bring back the control to where the so-called white man had complete control over the people. Now, at what point that they had complete control over the land and over the people, which they still have it, but when they had complete control, being able to govern and say and move however they wanted to, how did that really benefit you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that lived upon the land? You could barely walk the sidewalk and look them in the eye without something happening to you, maybe even your family. You could barely even speak. We actually was even talking about in certain time frames where our people had was policing areas. If a so-called white man actually did a crime, that the so-called black man couldn't arrest him. You're talking about times in which they would actually a so-called white woman could accuse a young boy, which is actually a video that's gone out where a nurse heard of a confession of a woman on her deathbed, how she was so jealous of the sisters of a so-called black family, and she actually was so jealous of the dresses that they wore, because their dresses was so much better than hers as a young girl, that she seen that they had a little brother, and through her jealousy, she actually told her family that the young boy took her out back and kissed her, and as a result, the little boy was made unalive. And so this was a story that the lady had told, and she took it to her deathbed, and to the point that she actually said it. She calls for a young boy to lose his life, just based off of the fact that she knew, even as a young child, that she could make a certain accusation. And that has happened to many of our people in this land, because they have the power and they don't receive any trouble for the things that they've done. However, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua said that their punishment is coming. He's reserved the wicked for the day of evil. So he's set them aside especially for himself, to bring them down and to bring forth the ultimate judgment, which is destroying of this wicked place and their wicked deeds. So here's a few scriptures. Again, hopefully it's edifying. But the first thought, first thing, which again is what the scripture or the title of this is about, is Psalms 49 verse 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Again, he said, for many years, centuries, hundreds of years. He said even forever. Elon actually said that. He says, and their dwelling places to all generations. They called their lands after their own name. And, as they conquered, they put up statues. You have Mount Rushmore, with the presidents. You have different land masses in which and streets that they've called out their own name. That's just what they do. But the Lord's going to destroy all the idols and things in which they've put up. So that's the start there. This is the book of Psalms. I'll come back to that one. Actually, let's go ahead and get this. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13 and 15. He says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Because all the devices, we're not ignorant of their devices. So we're asking and praying for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to disappoint them. Because they believe that they're going to continue to strive. And many people, because they have had this power for such a long time, I believe is in Psalms 73, where, it's like, everything that they've done and they've accomplished, the Lord has allowed for them to do. So no, our people can't see anything outside of the so-called white man ruling over them. But he says, O Lord, he says, arise, O Lord, disappoint them, cast them down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And of course, when you look at Malachi chapter 1, verse 4, it tells you who the wicked is. It says, from men which are thy hand, because the Lord controls everything, right? The hearts, Proverbs 21 verse 21 and 1 says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So it says, for men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, this age, this time period, right, in which they rule, which have their portion in this life, because they all their substance and everything they have for this life. But the men of the Lord are seeking a kingdom to come. All right, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hidden treasures. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. So as he said, for generations, even forever. So forever is what they think that they were going to place themselves in the position to continue to control. And if you look at their history, like Yahweh Shai have said, and I've been bringing it up a lot, to rape. He said, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. We also say to rape, rob, and murder, right? And that's been their main thing since they've been in existence. Okay, the Lord created them to be such. So the Lord is going to do away with their wicked deeds. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 18. He says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. So everything in which he's done, he's going to have to repay. Okay, he's going to have to repay. And the Lord is a power of balance. He says, for a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. So the Lord is completely about balance, and he shall not rejoice therein. So he's not going to rejoice in the things in which he's done, but yet he thinks that they're going to be forever, even forever, which we know that the kingdom of heaven through Yahweh Shai is going to reign forever, even forever. So that's the proud thought that's even going speaking against the scriptures spiritually, because we know that the kingdom to come in Daniel, he said, when Yahweh Shai returns, he said the saints shall take the kingdom and they shall reign forever, even forever, roughly paraphrasing. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, and this has been their main way of moving upon the earth. He says the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So because of all the unrighteous dealings, they're going to have to pay for it. And it's going to be translated. And it's going to translate to Yahweh Shai, who's going to put up the 144,000 and the elect. And they're going to rule the earth forever, even forever. All right. And last verse. This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 11. It says, and whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased. And did not they exalt themselves? Saying that we're going to be forever, even forever. Did you not consult Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai? Because he said that he allowed you. Actually, I got one more scripture. He allowed you to be in that place until he bring you down. And he says, for whosoever exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Because Yahweh Shai said, blessed are the meek, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So let's get this last scripture. And I actually brought this out in the study, 2 Thessalonians. Let me see. Salakia, one moment. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. So the mystery, the iniquity, the sin upon sin, even during the time of, the time of Paul, sin was already in the works. Who was ruling during the time? The Romans, which were also considered the Idumeans, which is also considered Edom, which is also now today the so-called white man. Already work. Only he, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, who now letteth, will let until he be taken out of the way. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is allowing him to move and make these different moves to have this thought pattern, this self. He's allowing him to exalt himself to a high position to then bring him low and take him out the way. And then Israel shall reign forever, even forever, through the power and the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. So I hope this lesson was exhorting, uplifting, comforting unto the elect body of believers. Before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Raha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. And to next time, all those listening and learning to you, I say, Shalom.